What's going on, my apers and hodlers? I'm Forrest. I'm going to be talking about KDA. I'm going to go over a brief little overview of them for people who don't know much about them, and then I'm going to give some current updates on what's going on in the ecosystem. So if you already know the basics of Kadena, you can skip ahead in the chapters. If not, I'm going to get into that. This is not educational, or this is not financial advice. This is This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. Also, hit that subscribe button. Please hit the subscribe. I'm going to be doing a giveaway of 5 Solana when I hit 1,000 subscribers to one of my subscribers. Going to do a little random giveaway. So hit that button, hit the notifications, do all that good stuff, and let's get right into this. Kadena is really cool because it is a multi-chain proof of work layer 1 blockchain. And it seems to me like potentially one of the actually only scalable layer 1 blockchains. We'll see with Solana, Luna, Avalanche. I'm bullish on all three of those as well. I hold all three of those as well. But Kadena, with its current market cap right now, we can look at its current market cap. 1.1 billion, $6.46 KDA. I aped in a little hard, FOMO'd in and bought high, but I've been buying all the way down. And I picked up some more, like right down here in the $5, I think it might have even been a little bit lower range, because I was looking here. If you want to just see some of the way I'm reading this graph here, we can see here there's a support at around $6 here, mid $6. So we're right there at that support. We had another support, level of support here at the $9, $10 range, and as well at the $15 range up here. We've come all the way down, and I would be saying we're in a pretty sweet time to buy. I've been DCAing, not going to put my entire portfolio into it, but I see a lot of upside with Kadena. We have a growing ecosystem. It's proof of work. It seems like it solves some of the problems of the proof of stake, which is lacking in security, but also having the scalability. And where Solana is toting 50,000 transactions per second, Kadena is up here at 400. So yeah, right now Kadena is claiming 480,000 transactions per second on a proof of work blockchain. If that's really the case, I believe we're going to have a total winner here, because it's just going to be more efficient. It's going to be cheaper, and we're at a way lower market cap than its competitors like Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, Luna, Cardano, and those are all proof of stake. So even just in a diversifying of your portfolio, I like it going, okay, well, it's proof of work. It's basically the only one right now. The next one you're looking at is Ethereum at 16 transactions per second, and they're going to be moving to proof of stake. So Kadena is going to be kind of the only proof of work scalable blockchain. I'm going to show you, we'll go over their team a little bit. I listened to an interview with their CEO and founder. I can put the link in the description that I really liked. And, with entrepreneurship and building businesses and investing in projects and people, you are investing, I believe, primarily in the people. So with any growing entity, with all this uncertainty in the future, with technology growing at such a fast speed, there's no way no one knows what's going to happen, right? And it's going to be the people who are able to face obstacles and who are going to be able to innovate and solve problems that are going to grow and continue to be the biggest winners. It's like Netflix, the original co-founder, Mark Randolph didn't even want to have it be a subscription-based model. He didn't believe that was going to work, right? It's like they didn't know ahead of time Netflix was going to be Netflix. They knew the internet was going to be delivering video, but their ability, Mark Randolph and Reed Hastings, their ability to solve these problems and do these things and have new things happen in the market and execute is what really separates them, and I believe separates winning companies and winning investments. So investing in people is really important to me. The one of the co-founders here, what was his name? Stuart Popejoy. Stuart Popejoy here was at JP Morgan's emerging blockchain group. Some people in the crypto community don't like that because they don't like that centralized banks that I think they think there's this brand of that there's this hand of centralized banks in Kadena, but to me I look at it completely differently. I look at it that he saw all the problems in centralized banking, and he wants to solve those problems in decentralized banking. So he has that experience in a kind of old school financial system, and applying the problems they have and the speed they can move and the problems they can solve. To me, I see that as an asset and not a detriment. So I would recommend checking out after this or another time, check out the interview with him. I really like the way he was talking. It seemed like he's extremely intelligent, very confident, bullish, and to me it just seems like it makes sense. So that's why I've been aping in, I've been hodling. So definitely, yeah. And then they have other people on their team here from Cardano, Hewlett Packard, Microsoft, Apple. Seems like they have an awesome team. Let's get into the ecosystem. So their ecosystem has been growing. I've been following them. I've been watching. Currently 44 dApps. Not massive, but if the technology's there, if the efficiency's there, if things work, the applications are going to come. The money's going to come. It's all going to come. It's all about just growth, right? We just want to see consistent growth. So these are different exchanges here. We got... and then one of their most recent announcements is their integration with Ledger. So that's really great. And we got Kadena Swap, we got KADEX. This is their decentralized exchange. That's been very hyped up, and that's been really important. This was interesting to me here, UFO gaming. I've heard about UFO gaming. They seem to have a growing ecosystem, they have a big following. And let's see, integration with Luna, integration with Polkadot. It's a growing ecosystem, so we'll see. It's not exploding. It's not as big as Avalanche. It's not as big as Solana. Nowhere close to as big as Ethereum yet. But if the base technology is there, I believe it's going at $1 billion market cap right now. To me, it seems like a no-brainer. Definitely to have in the portfolio too. Like I've seen some KDA maximalists. That's not how I invest. I like to be a bit more diversified, but as like a low mid, I'd say a low mid cap, we're at the $1 billion mark. We're not in the hundreds of millions, but we're not in the, but for KDA to go to 5 billion or 10 billion, not very difficult. And it's actually already like gotten close to that. It peaked at 27 at KDA, I think, somewhere around there. Here we're on the Kadena Blockchain Explorer. This shows you can see here the 20 chains, and you can see them operating. So what's cool about Kadena is they were originally with 10 chains, and they've built it in a way that they can scale to 20 chains, they can scale to 40 chains, they can scale to 80 chains, and that's going to create scalability and more efficiency and be able to handle more transactions and more congestion on the blockchain. And what I could see happening is even with Solana, at 50,000 transactions per second, that as that ecosystem grows and as the total market cap of the crypto, we're getting up, if it gets up to 5 billion, 10 billion, how many users on Solana, how many users on these other platforms? And not that I'm saying those are going to crash and burn or go to zero. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying that the difference in market cap, Solana's at about a $30 billion market cap right now. That's 30 times Kadena. And what is the value there correct? Some downsides of Kadena, and one person that I listened to talk about the supply of Kadena. There's I believe it's about 170 million. Oh, here we go. Circulating coins, 170 million out of, what is the total again? Max supply is 1 billion, right? So there is going to be inflation. There's a max supply. I mean, with all these cryptos, with proof of stakes, there's inflation. With mining crypto, there is inflation. But the total supply, that I would say when I look at the tokenomics, that would be its biggest kind of detriment at this point, or fear as an investor, that there's going to be a lot of dilution to the coins. But I think their timeline that is over 100 years. So I don't think that's a reason not, especially at this price point. at the $1 billion market cap range. And I think it's possible. There's a lot of fear in the market right now. There's a lot of bad news. So I think there's a very good chance that Kadena could drop down below $1 billion again, and you could pick some up. I would love to pick some more up in the 5-something range. But even at this point, I've just been DCAing in, so I'm not going to necessarily buy right at this very moment. That's basically the overview for Kadena and why I'm bullish on it. But let's go into their most recent announcements. One of their most recent announcements here on February 23rd was that they're partnering with ZoidPay. And I didn't know about ZoidPay, and I just started looking into them. And it seems very interesting. It's a Chrome extension, and supposedly it offers liquidity so that we're able to use crypto to buy over 100 million merchants online. That sounds awesome. That sounds huge. Not necessarily just for Kadena, but for the crypto market in total. I haven't used it yet. I got to do a little more research into it. Maybe I'll do a video on it. I should probably look into it. Seems pretty exciting. Yeah, let's see. With ZoidPay, Chrome extension, crypto holders can avail of instant liquidity to complete digital payments at over 100 million merchants globally, wherever Visa, MasterCard, JCB, UnionPay are accepted. Our solutions enable blockchains, crypto exchanges, wallets, and other platforms to integrate crypto liquidity with just one line of code. So this seems this seems awesome. I don't know. It seems like kind of what AMP is talking about doing. Anyways, I'm going to have to look more into this, but it definitely seems like bullish news. Let's look up here what we have next. Next, the Decasonic partners with Kadena. Paul Hisu here. Paul who? I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I might be butchering it. But basically looks like Decasonic, I started doing a little research into them. It basically looks like they're some sort of venture fund capital for Kadena to grow faster. And I looked at his LinkedIn. He was originally in venture capital. He worked at Zynga in product growth for 6 years. So he has experience in tech. He has experience in VC. And then he just became the chief investment officer and innovation officer at Kadena. So he's now working with them as well as at Decasonic, and this was just 2 months ago. So this is really new, and that's actually also part of the other announcement here is Kadena Eco. Okay, so Kadena Eco basically looks like a program for funding and building new projects on the Kadena ecosystem. So here we have the Kadena Eco. What this is here is shows down here. So this is an incubator for hands-on technical development to advance builder skills and ideas, an accelerator, research and development, grant programs, and venture fund. So this looks like a program that they're building to help projects and help teams integrate into Kadena, give them funding, give them mentorship, whatever, incubator style startups for Kadena. So that looks bullish as well. And then I believe also there was the Ledger. So here we go, the integration with Ledger. Right, that was part of their roadmap. That's another thing that they just did, integrating Ledger with Kadena. That's great because it's a really good cold storage wallet. Oh yeah, and also about UFO gaming. I believe it was Microsoft that announced they believe that gaming and crypto is going to bring 1 billion users to crypto. Right now there's 300 million. That they're going to bring 1 billion users, and I think this is a space there's going to be a lot of growth and a lot of actual utility for these tokens. So I like seeing that this project is connecting with Kadena. But yeah, that's just like showing the growth. I'm looking at long-term growth. I'm looking at projects I think are going to survive and make it and continue to innovate and show technical advances and technical technical superiorities to other projects that are potentially valued at higher market caps. As much as it's like, yeah, okay, there's these little projects, we don't know exactly what's going to happen with these things with each individual projects, but I'm just looking at growth. I'm looking at efficiency, I'm looking at technology, and I'm looking at things that just make sense to me. So that's kind of how one of my principles of investing and why I'm bullish on Kadena. And I hope you found this informational. I hope this helped you a little bit. Make your own decisions. Don't just invest in things that you don't understand. But when you do like something, when you are getting that hunch, when things are starting to connect, trust yourself, go for it. Get in there and know that it could come down a bit. And I bought into I think I paid probably almost $20 at one point for Kadena. And hindsight, it's a mistake, but also I'm not selling low. I'm not sweating it. I'm buying more and bringing down my dollar cost average when the market crashed and after that rally. I can show you here. After this rally right here, I started buying in this range, FOMOing in, just got really excited about it. And some might say, oh, you should, but you never know, and I'm in the long haul with especially a project like this. This is a long hodl for me. And next time we rally, I'll take a little bit of profits, but in general, I'm gonna be aping and hodling. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you got some good information. Keep aping, keep hodling. Shoo!